Hey teachers, I'm going to be showing you how to use GradeTransferer's pattern remover, which is going to let you easily remove any additional information that's attached to your students' names or grades from your grabbing platform before you go and fill it in to your gradebook. So I want to start by showing you how to get to this feature. In the extension, open up the hamburger button and then go to Advanced Settings. In Advanced Settings, you will want to make sure you're on the Pattern Remover tab. And as you scroll down through the Pattern Remover page, you will see two different sections. We have a name section and a grade section. So we're gonna show how to use both, but let's start with the names. Look at this example I have here. I have year 2526 Jonathan, he, his, Smith, number 12345. So when you are trying to remove these patterns, you have to think about where they fall with your student name. If the pattern is falling at the end, like my student number, you would like to use this section here, remove everything starting with and including, and you're gonna put the first few common characters of the part where you want the removal to begin. So in this case, all of my student ID numbers always start with the pound symbol. So if I just type my pound symbol here, this is going to save automatically and be applied with anything you have in these boxes. And then down here, you get to actually see your pattern in action. And I can see how everything starting with the pound sign and following after was removed from the student's name. Now, I also have a pattern at the beginning, year 25/26. In this case, you're going to use the remove everything up until and including box, and you're going to put the characters that are always falling at the end of the pattern. In this case, all of my students' names are going to start with 26 at the end. So I can put in 26, and you can see that whole first chunk up until the 26 is dropped. And then we also have a solution for if you have student information in the middle of a student's name. So in this case, I have the pronouns he, his with parentheses. So I can type in he, his, parentheses, and that is going to get dropped. And now finally, I see my student's name as it should appear, Jonathan Smith. A few more things to note about setting these rules is that the pattern remover is case sensitive, so just know that as you're setting your rules. Also, you might be able to make changes similar to this in your grabbing gradebook if you can drop additional information in your view settings. Take a look there, but if not, we've got a solution for you. And also note that GradeTransfer intentionally filters out commas when you grab student names, so those should already be dropped for you, but just in case they aren't, you can add it in here. Okay, let's move on to the grade section. So sometimes you might grab grades and they have additional information added like 7 out of 10. Or 70%, and that percent symbol or the slash or the words out of are also grabbed. And that's not going to work well for entering likely into your next gradebook. So let's take a look at what you can do for that. You can put the first few characters of what you want dropped into the box. Let's say in this case, we want the word out and everything afterwards to be dropped. Here's my good example I get to take a look at. If it was 7 out of 10, it would just grab a 7, which is exactly what we want. You know, you can kind of see that if like I put a 10 here, I'm not going to see my pattern my grade result the way I want it to. So that's just a good place to look if you're setting your patterns. Let's say that also sometimes I grab scores that look like a 79%, and we want that percent to be dropped because it's unintentionally being grabbed. So just put that percent in this other box. Or here's a different example. 7 out of 10, it maybe looks like that with that backslash. So you can just put the slash in the box and there you go. Your scores, your grades are adjusted to drop that unintentional pattern off the back end. Again, case sensitive, and that is really all you need to know. You can just leave your page like this when you have it set up the way you want, go grab, your rules will apply, and your transfers should be effortless. So that is all for now. Happy transferring.